Hey everyone, this is Colin with Legendary Habitat LLC. In this video I want to show basically how to conventionally cut a tree. This is a poplar tree right here. It's pretty good size and diameter, and so I want to go over just some basic tree felling tips that I've learned, and safety part of it when you're out in your woods thinking about cutting down some bigger trees. And these techniques go all the way into hinge cutting. When you know the fundamentals of how to fell a tree properly, then you can get into the more advanced practices of hinge cuts. So this tree, I want it to land right over here on this side of me. So I'm going to be cutting an open face cut here, open face notch, and then I'll do a back cut, and it'll be about 1 inch right above that. So I'll go over that in more details. First, I'm going to clear out my area. I've got 2 good escape routes on both sides of the tree, pretty open woods. I'm going to be using a steel 170 today. It's a decent sized saw, plenty big enough for this tree. And then just an axe for pounding my wedges in. And then I've got a couple different size wedges I'll use, depending on the tree size. Make sure when you're doing any chainsaw, tree felling work, you have all the safety equipment. Use a good set of chaps, good set of gloves, a helmet, eye and ear protection, and a good set of boots. Alright, so the first cut I'm going to be making is an open notch right here. And you'll notice when I'm cutting this, I'm going to cut this, and it's going to have a pretty good span to it. I want this to be basically a more than 90-degree cut, so this tree has plenty of room to fall into that notch, and I won't worry about the tree kicking back at me. Alright, so as you can see, this is a big notch. Got plenty of degree and room for this tree to fall into this without worry of this tree. We'll have this part of the tree hitting this tree, in turn kicking back and flying back off the stump. It's uncontrollable. You're not sure where the tree's going to go. Well, the next part to this is very important, is your back cut. This needs to be just right above, about 1 inch above where your face cut notch comes in right here. And you only want to come in normally about 30 to 40% of the tree. And this right here, this section right here is the most important part of traditionally felling a tree, and it goes to the same principles of hinge cutting a tree, is the holding wood. This is your holding wood. This directs the tree where it's going to fall, not your notch. I think that's the common misconception in a lot of people. Your holding wood is where that tree is going to fall, and this is what keeps you from getting smashed or injured by a tree. So as you can see, I'm going to come in, I'm going to make a back cut right here, and I want this tree to land right here. I want to protect this other smaller black walnut over here. I've got a clear opening, I can drop this tree. This one's already broke off, so it's not that big of a tree. I'm not concerned about it getting tangled up in these other poplars. Alright, so as you can see, that tree landed exactly where I want it to. This is a great example of how to properly fell a tree. I'll come over to the stump and show you exactly more of the details on how the mechanics of this work. Alright, so as you can see, this is our holding wood right here. You can see there's a good inch of holding wood here, which is plenty for this tree, this size tree. When you get into bigger trees, you're going to want a little bit more holding wood. And depending on which type of tree and the way it's leaning will depend on how much holding wood you want and when that tree is going to release. As you can see, this is a direct flat cut across the tree. You do not want to angle your back cut at all. That's not safe. You can see my notch had plenty of room. My tree clearly fell right off the stump and did not connect with this shooting back at me.